Welcome to the Ho-Ho Show, rated the #1 most listened to podcast on Pluto. So join us now as we discuss news, politics, current events, and so much more. So clear the airways and strap in as we defend the Constitution. Because freedom matters.
All right, we are broadcasting live from the Cottage Studio. You can check out my website, thehohoshow.com. I am all over the place on social media and a proud member of Weaponized Sloth Productions. And also, Weaponized Sloth Productions Radio, WSP-FM. Download the app, listen, all kinds of good stuff. So welcome, everybody. Welcome, Spreaker. Welcome, Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, Periscope, and Facebook. And hello over there in YouTube land. And hello in Mixer. See you guys over there. Hello. Thank you for joining us today. So today, the title, Hes Angry. Yeah, well, there's some things going on that is, it's irritating. I got to admit, irritating stuff. So, yeah. We're going to be talking a little bit about the border wall, going to be talking about freedom, going to be talking Constitution, going to be talking other stuff in there. But first, we're going to go into an article that, from a story from about a week ago, maybe? Not even a week ago. Let me go ahead and pull that up. Hello, Kelly. How are you doing? And hello, Phil Man. And hello, Ray. Awesome to see you. Glad you're here. Now, this article, I believe, came out. Let me look this from out of Fox News. I'm trying to look for a date on this. I don't see a date, but I'm sure you guys have heard about the demonstration from the kid from Covington and the Covington Catholic High School. That, I'm sure you guys heard about that whole blow up. Yes, it has been a while, sir. Yeah, it's definitely been a while. I think it's been about a month maybe since I've seen you, Phil Man. I think so. Maybe it's been longer than that. I think it's been a couple months. But yeah, it's been a little while. So I'm sure you guys have heard about the story. Well, to give you a rundown, in case you don't, what happened was, there was a group, class kids went to Washington for a field trip. After the field trip, they went, around to some of the sites. They split up into smaller groups. And Day One Gamer welcomes her. And so, they were looking around at the sites and, they seen a guy playing a Native American playing a drum. And there was another group of kids that was there too. And basically they just, from a 60-second, maybe a 16-second clip, the media just attacked these kids. Okay. I mean, just straight up attacked them, And if you actually watch the full video, I think it's like 2 hours long. I mean, granted, it's a long video, but, 2 hours long. The school kids did absolutely nothing wrong, and finally the mainstream media actually even apologized for, for them just straight up attacking them without having, the full story, just getting, their ideas, whatever that they, that they were talking about from a little bitty clip, And it was actually kind of funny because there was an interview with the main guy that was pictured. I forget what his name is. It doesn't matter. But he was being interviewed by a CNN journalist. I use that term loosely, very loosely, by the way. And it was funny because basically what it amounted to was, even though they were like, okay, you didn't necessarily do anything wrong, but your presence was enough to invoke anger from him. And apparently he was right in doing what he did, all because he was wearing a Make America Great Again hat. That for some reason is racist, is homophobic, is all kinds of stuff, whatever. That apparently just because he was wearing a hat, it was okay that they attacked him, verbally, and make no mistake about it, guys. I mean, he's doing aliens. What? Huh? Anyway, he's he's had to go, well, I don't want to say go underground, but I mean, the school, him, his family has received death threats, it's been bad, just because, the mainstream media made him out to be something that he wasn't, and it was like, are you kidding me? Is this what the mainstream media does? Of course it is. We shouldn't be surprised about any of this, but, just got mine in the mail today. What? Got your what in the mail today? What'd you get in the mail today, Ray? Okay. Flipman asked me, he goes, so with your opinion, do you like Donald Trump or not? Oh, you got your MAGA hat in the mail? That's awesome. I don't have one. I'll tell you what, Phil, man, he, this is I guess you could say a full disclosure type of a thing. Okay. I did not vote for him in the general election. Okay. I voted in the primary. I voted for Ted Cruz because in my opinion, he was the best, candidate for the job. And during the election, I didn't want to vote for him. Okay. Because he was a New York Republican, which is the same as basically a Democrat. That's pretty much what that means. With all the dealings that he did and whatnot for business-related stuff, I didn't see any difference between him and, Hillary Clinton. So I didn't vote. That being said, the man has proven himself to be more conservative than most conservatives that were on the ticket. I don't necessarily like his mouth half the time. He kind of goes off on the deep end on some of the stuff that he says, but policy-wise, the stuff that actually affects Americans. I'm not talking about his Twitter page. I'm not talking about any of that kind of crap. I'm not talking about him going off the deep end. I'm talking his policies, what he does, what he has been able to accomplish. That I like. Definitely. And no, not from Canada. With a K. That's awesome. But yes, I'm a fan of the man's policies. I have to admit that as a conservative, I very much do like some of the stuff that he has been able to accomplish. So yeah, there we go. Moving on. And since we're kind of talking about Trump, let's just go ahead and throw in there Mr. Howard. How you doing, sir? Well, I'm actually glad you asked, Philman, because that's what we're getting into in the next topic is the wall. Now, there was in case you're watching Sasquatch, I do appreciate this, this little post that you did on Facebook. I don't know if you tagged me in it or whatnot, but and a little meme thing that he put up there on Facebook. Now we're starting to get into the wall, okay? We're actually going to slide into a couple different things on this one, but we're starting off with the wall. Article 4, Section 4 of the Constitution requires our government to protect and defend our borders. If government does not, the Constitution, by virtue of the named part herein, authorizes the free citizens to defend themselves and their state in place of treasonous government. Note, it is not defending our borders. No, I'm sorry. In not defending our borders, government gives aid and comfort to a hostile foreign invasion, and this, under Section 3, or Article 3, Section 3 of the Constitution, is properly labeled treason. You have a question. Go ahead, sir. Well, yeah, you can come by and show your hat, Mr. Coons. That would be awesome. I want to see it. That would be very cool. But anyway, that's the article, or that is the little meme, the little post on Facebook that I seen from Mr. Silent Bob, a.k.a. Sasquatch. And hello, Daryl. How are you doing? Awesome to see you over there in YouTube land. But, that's what I've seen, okay? So let's talk, I'm going to slide into taxes a little bit. Me as a tax-paying American, as most of us are being reminded of now in, the first of the new year with W-2s getting sent out and everything else, I do not mind paying taxes for things that the government is supposed to be spending money on, What I don't like my money going to is things that the government doesn't have the authority to spend their money on and they're not supposed to be doing in the first place. Kind of like, just charity going to other countries, things of that nature really agitate the crap out of me. Whenever they send money just everywhere, and there was a previous show a few months ago where I kind of went into the amount of money that they have been spending, just giving to other countries in the name of foreign aid. Now, this isn't about whether or not you like this or whether or not you think it's a good idea or whether or not that you would like to spend money on this. This isn't what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is it is not the job of the government to do these type of charitable contributions to other governments, to other countries. Because, let's face it, what are they doing? They're giving money to another government so that the people, the leaders who have let the country go afoul, like Venezuela, they can just continue to line their pockets. It doesn't go where it's needed to go. But anyway, it's a charitable thing that they just give the money away. They're not asking for anything in return. Okay, this isn't the job of the federal government. And then you have something like the border wall, something that is an enumerated, not a power, but enumerated responsibility of the federal government to protect our borders and secure our borders. That is something that they are unwilling to do. Period. Okay? President Trump just yesterday signed a bill for I believe it is a 3-week to reopen the government for the next 3 weeks, not demanding anything from government. This has been the longest shutdown in history over a standoff about border security. That's what it is. That's what the people wanted. He caved, whatever his reasons are, whatever. He caved. President Trump caved on border. I don't know what his plans are. I don't know what his intentions are, but, why the world is shit. He says he'll be right there. Oh, crap. I don't even know if I opened the door or not. Or I don't know if the door's unlocked. Anyway, I have no idea. I'll have to knock on the front door. Yeah, knock on the front door. I'll hear you. And then we'll go to break. And then I'll let you in. And then we'll come back. And it'll be awesome. Anyway. So, I don't mind my money going to things that they are... Watch your language. I'm sorry, sir. But I don't mind my money going to things that they are, that they're supposed to be spending money on. I don't like it whenever they spend money on other things that, just makes no sense, whatever. After 3 weeks, it will be declared an emergency and the wall will be built. That was a post that was done by Kelly. State of the Emergency Wednesday, my prediction. New question. Go ahead, day one gamer. Holy crap, I'm having a hard time reading today. But yeah, he says after 3 weeks, it will be declared an emergency and the wall will be built. And you know what? We've already seen a previous president just kind of go off the deep end whenever it comes to using executive orders and a pen and a phone to do what he felt Congress should do, and they didn't do. Okay, we've seen what happens whenever a president does that. Okay, now I'm kind of a couple different ways on this, and I got to be honest with you on this. I'm a couple different ways on this. I would love to go. I would love for President Trump to go ahead and do that. Just declare a state of emergency and get the stinking thing built. Because here's the thing, guys. Okay, it's already been funded. Okay, there has already been a bill that has been passed back in the 80s, back during Ronald Reagan's presidency, that gave the okay. Congress gave the okay for the building of a wall. What they failed to do was actually, when time for the budget came, to fund it. That's what they didn't do. They wrote a law saying, okay, yes, build the wall, but they failed to write the check. Okay? That's more or less what it amounted to. They said, okay, you're hired, but then they wouldn't pay him on payday. That's more or less what Congress has already done in the past. Okay, so by that, go ahead and build this thinking thing. Okay? Especially whenever you take into consideration that it is not that it is a requirement of government to secure the border. You know, that's my thoughts on that. They should be doing that. Okay, I don't like the aspect of him taking it from other areas within. I think he's supposed to be taking it from other areas of the military. You know, taking money from here and robbing Peter to pay Paul. You know, more or less what it amounts to. I don't necessarily like that. You know, I think it should be taken from their pay. Haha, sweet. Okay. Ladies and gents, I have a visitor. Mr. Kuntz is here, so I will be right back just in a couple moments. Let me go ahead and play a song. Let's play that one, yeah. A couple minutes, guys, and I will be right back. All right, welcome back to the Ho Ho Show, Weaponized Sloth Productions Radio, WSP.FM, and I am joined now in studio by none other than...
Ta-da!
You need to get down lower, dude.
Lower?
Yes. Woo, good. Holy crap, there was an earthquake. Ernie Gerser.
How's that?
Right, there you go. So welcome, sir. How are you? I see that you have your amazing Make America Great Again hat on. It's black.
It's black.
I told him when he came in the door, I'm like, dude, that's not red.
I don't like red. I like black.
Yeah, well, I like black hats too. What can I say?
Yeah.
So, Bree insists that I tell you, well, hi back. And let's see. Why you speak, but you said nothing, huh? What you talking about? Huh? Let's see. Where was... Okay. Trump has stated... This is from Sneed again. Trump has stated several times that this is his intention, but time will tell. Yeah, he has stated several times that that's what he's wanting to do as far as, declaring a state of emergency and just going ahead and building the wall. What are your thoughts on that, Ray?
I say he just goes ahead and does it. I mean, to me, it's a national defense measure.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You have funding within the defense budget.
Mm-hmm.
All kinds of funding, which I'll get to that part in a second.
Okay.
You got the money for defense. Sign an executive order. Boom. Build the wall under defense.
Mm-hmm.
Problem solved.
Because it is a matter of defense. Oh, I made her blush and giggle.
But when the last budget came out, he had that massive defense increase, and I think that is a backdoor plan for that reason. I mean,
right?
As not saying that's his first option, but I think he had that in mind, just in case I need to type of thing.
Right. And again, I mean, that's, like I said before, I went on break. I'm two sides on this. Yes, I want the president to do it. I very much want him to do it because this isn't any other thing than it is a matter of national security. We have people that are crossing the border. We have sex traffickers. We have members of cartel. We got drugs coming over. We've got all kinds of bad stuff coming over. We don't have a secure border. We have no idea what's coming across, whether it be Taliban, whether it be terrorists. Who knows what it could be? We don't know. I mean, that's just what it boils down to. We don't know. Okay, we've already had all kinds of issues from the border not being secure. Here's an article I seen earlier today. Illegal alien child rapist sentenced to 401 years in prison.
Wow.
If we secured our borders, how many of American citizens, and using the words of the left against them, if it saves one American life, isn't it worth securing our border? They like to use that argument whenever it comes to gun control all the time.
Well, they like hypocrisy on any subject.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
If it's if it feeds their narrative, that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
If it feeds the other side, well, that's something different.
Right.
I think that's the majority of why people are so pissed off. It's not that they're so much against something. It's the fact that they're for something, as long as it fits their narrative.
Right. Well, not only that. I mean, they've wanted, in the past, border security and the wall, but now that Trump wants it, they got to be contrarians and like, oh no, we don't want that anymore. But like I said though, I mean, I'm two different ways about this because it's like one, yes, this is a requirement of the Constitution that our borders be secure, and they're not. But on the other hand, we've seen what happens whenever Obama used his pen in the phone to do stuff that was outside of the purview of the executive branch in order to do. But even still, though, this is a job of the executive branch directly, because it does deal with security and national defense. So, I mean, yeah, okay, I talked myself into it. National defense, it is his right to build the stinking wall regardless of what Congress says.
Yeah.
And he can use national defense funding to do it. Okay, cool. I just talked myself into it. Great, let's do it. Build a wall. Did you hear about the GoFundMe page for building the wall?
Yes, and something about they had to refund all the money.
Yep, they were wanting to get $1 billion. If I had $1 billion. Anyway, they wanted to get $1 billion for doing this, and it was a former military. What are you doing?
$1 billion.
$1 billion. Anyway, that's what he wanted to get, And wasn't he a former something?
Something, yeah.
Yeah, former something. But anyway, I guess he was talking with a lawyer about the whole thing, and basically, I guess a private citizen get the money.
I think he had to turn it into a 501c is what it was.
Basically, yeah, they had to refund the money, all $20 million, to the people whom donated the money, so that this way they can give it as a charitable contribution to 501c3 people.
PO. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I think is ridiculous because it's like, dude, if the federal government is going to fail to act, isn't it then the responsibility goes to the American people to make sure that the border is secured?
Well, that's logic. You know,
That is logic.
Liberals don't.
That goes
feed on
against
logic.
everything liberals stand for.
Right. Don't confuse them.
Why do you keep talking about the fence? We want the wall. We do want the wall. R. That's a lot of R's.
Arr.
R.
Got to defend against pirates. Arr.
R. Captain Jack Sparrow. Well, which is funny because, you mentioned that, and there was an issue with Captain Jack Sparrow back in, Benjamin Franklin's days, because there was a shipping vessel, and now we're going to go into a little bit of something different. I want to slide into guns.
Guns.
One of my favoriteest topics, the Second Amendment, baby. But first, there was a meme that I seen many moons ago. Many moons ago. Defense, I get it. Defense, yeah, I know. That went right over my head, dude. Yeah, wow, that was bad. That was horrible. Anyway, there's a meme that I seen pop up a while back ago, and this, from this one right here that I'll show you, and this is, Richard Pryor on here. Let me bring that up. There you go. 125 years ago, you didn't have to ask permission from the government to collect rainwater, go fishing, own property, start a business, renovate your home, build a home, use a transportation vehicle, get married, hunt, own a weapon, cut hair, sell a product, protest, grow food on your property, set up a lemonade stand, sell food. Now you got to do all these things. And there was a thing that I heard a while back ago. It's like, only in America do you have to buy back from government the freedoms that you already have.
Right.
And this is an aspect of what the left, the progressives, the communists, this is what they do. I mean, it's all an aspect of taking away your freedom bite by bite. Bit by bit, little bitty bit by little bitty bit, cosmic power, little bit of living space. This is what they do. Just threw an Aladdin reference in there. That was great. Anyway, squirrel. Yeah, I love squirrels. But that's what they do, okay? The old adage of, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. That's how they take away our freedom.
Right.
Not
even just our freedom, our whole way of life. I know we've talked about many of these things before.
Right.
Look at your school system. That didn't just start last year.
That started in 1978, the year I was born.
That started decades.
Like four
little by little by little.
I'm 40 now.
But same principle. They infiltrate your different systems of way of thinking. Every walk of life, every aspect of your life, little by little by little. They don't just come in guns blazing all at one time. Just like you said, they just little bites here and there.
Little by little. And it's pretty clear, the Constitution, or if we're talking inflation, the Constitution, it clearly says the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And you see, back in the day, now this is going back to my Jack Sparrow reference. Back in the day, we have two different references I'm going to give you guys. One dealing with if the military can have it, so can we. And if the military can't have it, neither can we. I'm going to give you two references on these points, okay? First of which being a shipping vessel. Talked to Benjamin Franklin. He's like, dude, we have a problem over here on the open seas with Captain Jack Sparrow. We got some pirates coming here, and they're wanting to kill us and take our cargo. Can we have the most advanced weaponry available? Can we have a rail gun and mount it onto our ship? And Benjamin Franklin's words were, America. Of course you can. Considering that the whole point of the Second Amendment is to protect the American people from a tyrannical government. That is why the power given to the federal government was numerated. It was numbered. It was limited. A little bit of living space. That's what they were supposed to have. They weren't supposed to have far outreaching powers going into every single asset and facet of your life. They wasn't supposed to have that. And so that was the whole point. And Benjamin Franklin said, America, of course you can. Second Amendment grants you that right to have a railgun on your ship if that is so what you choose. And I love the argument that, what, do you want everybody to have a bazooka? Can everybody afford a bazooka? It's legal for me to own a Lamborghini Diablo. I'm never going to own one. I can't afford it.
Right.
Kind of the same thing goes with a tank. If I can afford a tank, oh, heck yes. But I can't. So I'm not going to have one. You know? So the whole price point keeps insanely stupid people from having insanely stupid things and doing insanely stupid stuff with it.
Right.
You know? And then on the other hand, you know, you have the sawed-off shotgun. Why is it that a sawed-off shotgun is illegal? The wordage, the original wordage of the law as it was written was the military does not have it, therefore this is a modification to a weapon that you yourself cannot use, cannot have. You know, because it is not used by the military, you can't have it. So there you go.
Phaser.
Oh, Roger. Awesome. R. I didn't get it.
R.
Welcome, by the way, sir. So, you know, that's where that, I'm glad you told me, because otherwise I'd have just, you know, Captain Jack Sparrow, which thank you for the crap, for the reference.
English.
Anyway, English, can you speak it? We're not even going there. Good show, by the way.
For long, we don't have to.
English?
English.
I don't speak English.
See?
I don't speak the Queen's English. I speak American.
American.
Central Illinois American slang, that's what I call it.
Yes.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, I do. I like to have make America great again. You know, dude, okay, whenever them things first came out, I'm slow sometimes, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm sorry.
I know. I'm slow. All right. I'm slow. There are times I have my moments. My hair should be like blonde. Like, shut up. Should be definitely, you know, just blonde. I mean, no offense to you know, the blonde people out there. You know, no offense to y'all. I'm sure that y'all are very, very much more brighter than I will ever be. And, you know, you speak, ho-ho-ese. Yes, I do. I definitely speak ho-ho-ese.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, that's your other, the R is his other channel. It's not a political channel. Awesome. Good to know. Anyway, I'm blonde. You know, I have those, you know, those moments. Okay. So back when President Trump, before he became president, you know, they're talking, you know, the whole MAGA thing. Okay. Whenever that first came across, you know, and all they're saying is MAGA this, MAGA that. And I'm like, what the MAGA are you talking about? I had no idea what the heck a MAGA was. I had no clue. It was days before it was like, you know, finally coming across, you know, listening to talk radio, Make America Great Again. I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I'm telling you guys, I have my moments. Sometimes they last a while. Nice hat, though.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Wow.
See, these are the things that happens within my mind. You know, just things sometimes it goes awry.
I'm still waiting for that device to come out to where you can program your mind onto a view screen for everybody to see.
Yeah. It's Natalia. What's up, lady? How you doing? Hello. Yeah, and she's one of the people that did this to me.
Yeah. Have you straightened it all the way out yet?
You know,
that's the next step.
It's already happened, actually. I mean, it was, hey, we're going to straighten your hair. And I'm like, no, you're not. So next thing you know, my hair's getting straightened.
Right. Me and your daughter's already had this conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, they informed me very well.
And, you know, this was supposed to be, now they told me, this is temporary hair dye. And then Dathan's sitting there and he reads the box and he's like, this ain't so temporary. It's like, ooh, I have a call. Let's see if it actually comes up on the thing. All right, then.
Okay. I'll drink to that one.
I'll drink to that, too. Why not? So, yeah, this is what happens when you have a telephone number. By the way, the call-in number is 217-917-4405. I want to call me part of the madness. It looks like, it very much looks like that's not working.
The phone jigger?
No, not the phone jigger. I got something else that doesn't seem like it's working. So I'm actually going to...
Did you unmute speaker?
Yeah, I'm unmuted on speaker. You notice I had to look whenever that question came up. So I gotta check something. I gotta go into Sprinker because it looks like that it's not doing anything. I mean, it says it's live, but at the same time, I have no idea if it's live. I'm not getting anything from Django in there.
Yeah, I heard your hair while you're checking that. Your hair was very, very blue before I seen you, last week or whatever it was.
It looked like, and this is what I was told. It looked like comic book Superman hair. That's what it looked like.
I just thought a Smurf crapped on your head or something.
What?
Smurf.
Hold on a second. Let's see if this is actually going to
comic book Superman hair.
Yeah. See. Okay. It works. Very cool. Let's shut that down now. Now that I know it's working, pause it. Clear all. There you go. Congratulations. You work. Very good. Sorry, you were saying?
Yeah, Smurf pooped on your hair, I heard. Made it blue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we're working again.
All good?
Yeah, I was told it looked a little like Superman hair, because Superman hair, from the comic book, it was it was black with that deep blue, like, tintiness to it or whatever-ish. I was
You're
told.
not Superman, dude.
I know I'm not Superman. I can't fly. I've tried. I fell off the couch, and landed on the coffee table. That's how I got one of my dimples, because the coffee table attacked me. It was my mom, and she had kryptonite. Yeah, good times.
So border wall, I think is going to be a go, at least eventually. How it's going to be a go is still waiting to be seen.
Yeah, I would like to see it, to be honest with you,
Second Amendment, all kinds of stuff they're trying to pull.
It's under hairball. It's under attack. It's very much under attack. You've got Washington State, that they had a bill come through that, that even from the Washington State is a lot like Illinois.
Right.
Okay. It's a blue state only because of like 2 or 3 counties that make it blue. Everything else is red. And that's pretty much the same thing of what Illinois is. We share a common enemy, and that is the leftist Chicago. Yeah. Licking cats again. I'm not licking cats. It's been maybe a little. Anyway.
He's on a 12-step program for that. I'm a sponsor. I keep him away from those cats.
It doesn't help though, man. I mean, they come up to me. They meow at me all sexy like, and it's like, meow. There's something wrong with me.
It only takes
Holy
one cat
crap.
and you're off to the races, man.
Dude, man. Only because they can run fast. Have you ever tried to chase a cat?
But speaking of the Second Amendment, you've seen the proposed bill even in the Illinois Senate, I believe.
Heard about it.
To renew your FOID card, if it passes, they want access to all your social media accounts to see if you're a crazy person, this, that, or the other.
Dude, okay. 1, no. 2, all you got to do is friend me. More than likely, I'm an idiot. I'll probably say yes, go ahead, sure. Most everybody out there would. Why do you need access to my social media? Just look it up.
Right.
I mean, I know where they're going with it. It's more or less, because if they had access to this with some people, then, but at the same time, it's like, dude, that's not going to help. Okay, because all you're doing is talking about more bureaucratic red tape, and all you're doing is talking about more rules and laws. Another hairball. More rules and regulations that are not going to be adhered to. I mean, come on, how many, so-called mass shootings has happened? Not because of another law should have been made, but because a law was not properly followed through and somebody fell through the cracks.
Right.
It's happened quite a few different times. You know, I mean, this is one of the things I've said about before, you know, numerous times. You know, it's not the law that we need to fix. It's the bureaucratic red tape. It's the following through of the law, you know. That's what, you know, that's the failure of the bureaucrats. You know, it's not the problem of the gun. It's not the problem of the citizens. It's not the problem of anything like that. You know, and Sneed says, thanks, Ray. Someone needs to, I guess, reel me back in. Oh, sponsor me with the, you know, with 12-step program to keep me from licking cats. Yeah.
Well, you know. Shh. Do we need to have another meeting about that?
Maybe.
Okay. We'll talk later.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I also know they're talking about, you know, the whole basically banning everything. You know, and that's more or less what they're looking to do is banning everything, you know.
Right.
A pistol, a quote unquote, using their terminology, assault rifle. It's not an assault rifle, ladies and gentlemen, but you know that they're basically wanting to ban everything only because it looks scary.
Right.
You know,
I think it's anything clip over so many bullets.
it's like 10 rounds.
Yeah.
Anything that holds either 5 or 10. I don't remember which.
Right.
It's either 5 or 10. But it's like, okay, well, yeah, every gun I have is banned.
Yep.
And they're also wanting to do a registration for it. You know, whole 9 yards. I think they're wanting to do that. And that's one of the things they're talking about doing in Illinois, is it not?
Probably.
Gun registration?
Yeah. I think they're just trying to throw umpteen different laws and see see what sticks to the wall.
Kind of like cooking spaghetti.
Yep.
We both did that motion at the same time. That was great. That was awesome. Yes, sir.
Yippers.
Mm-hmm. One of the things that I also read on here, this article actually was from the Daily Caller, just staying on the wall, you know. President Trump said that Paul Ryan screwed him by not securing the border wall funding earlier. And of which case, duh.
Right.
I mean, you know what, for almost 2 years. No, for 2 years. They had control of the House and the Senate. They could have, if they wanted to, but they didn't. Secure the wall. Secure the border. Mm-hmm. Fund the wall. Secure the border. Yeah. Fund wall. Secure. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I mean, the Democrats right now are the biggest obstructionists of this whole idea, but to simply put all the blame on them would be a lie. You know, you have people on the other side, on my side of the aisle.
Oh yeah, you have the
who are just just political hacks.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Rhinos.
They're in it for themselves, their buddies, or their agenda, or whatever you want to call it. And you know, we can't go on as a country like that. We have to get back to our values and not just our political agendas.
You know, really, in a matter of speaking, and I've said this before. You know, the problem is the American public only pays attention about 2 weeks prior to an election. That's it.
Right.
You know, that is it. They don't pay attention to anything. I mean, we live in the information age, okay? I mean, it's easy for you to go online, even if you don't pay attention. You know, there's a website out there. I need to stop licking cats. Holy crap, dude. But there's a website out there. All right, let's see. Scorecard Heritage Action for America. And you can see from each and every single freaking state how your members, Congress, House of Representatives, Senate, how each of them vote in accordance with conservatism, Republican values. You can see this. I mean, so before you go to the ballot box, you can just look at it and say, nope, not going to vote for him because he is only 5% conservative. Okay, that's somebody I don't need to vote for. And it takes all the information off of how they vote, how they, handle themselves, all that good stuff that, people don't pay attention to.
Right.
It looks at all that and it gives them a score, And, so I'm trying to get into that scorecard.
Problem is, people don't want to take the time out and put the effort in to do that.
Oh, you're right. Absolutely.
Takes time out of their day. Takes time away from watching The Bachelor on NBC. Takes time away from watching the Kardashians or going getting their hair done or going to the restaurant or how you want me to take time out to look that up? Really?
Oh yeah, exactly. But it's like, dude, you can spend hours and hours on Facebook, but you can't spend 5 minutes to actually. Excuse me. That's funny. Illinois is not applicable conservative. We knew that. We did. I mean, we live here. We know it's not applicable. I mean, come on. That's hilarious.
Wow.
That's funny. There's a huge thing, and it's not bringing up anything, actually. Like, normally it brings up stuff.
Because you want it to work right.
Oh, well, that's because we're not in there. I guess they haven't voted or anything in this one yet, so I had to go to the 115th Congress. Now we're 23% conservative. Check that out, 23%. Wow. The highest is Rodney Davis with a 42%. Senator Dick Durbin only has a 3%. Big surprise there. Yeah, 3%.
I'm surprised he even got 3%.
Me too.
He was only one of 51 senators that wanted to amend the First Amendment of the Constitution. Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, we've got tools like that. We have tools available at our fingertips, so we can just go there, put in a little bit of information, put in your zip code, and find out if this is somebody you should or should not be voting for, and then no. Am I going to vote for Senator Dick Durbin? Regardless of whether he's a Democrat, he's only 3% conservative. The answer to that question is no. And you can go in, so many details you can look at on there.
But I don't want to take time out of my day. I'll just let CNN tell me how I should do things.
And that's why we have the government we have, because people are lazy and people don't care enough to actually pay attention.
Right.
I mean, I've had this argument before. We don't need term limits. The American people should be doing what the American people are supposed to do and take control of the government and say, you don't represent me, so I'm not voting for you in the ballot box.
If you don't start taking control of it, the other side will, to their advantage.
It's that simple, And I mean, I've heard the argument, but it's like, dude, we don't need term limits. We already have term limits. It's called a ballot box. Vote somebody else in, And I've said this before, too. If you don't see the candidate you want to vote for, then be the candidate you would vote for.
Right.
And if you want a third party to be relevant, then people have to start voting third party. I mean, in my opinion, the Republican Party is dead. It's time to make the third party relevant, but that means we can't wait for it to become relevant. We got to make it relevant,
America.
Anyway.
Yes.
He's angry. Anyway. What's the next article I got? I don't know.
What you got?
I got all kinds of stuff. Oh, yeah, I said that one already. Don't you love that picture?
Did you see in, I believe it somewhere down south, it might be Texas, they've confirmed 95,000 illegals on the voting roster down there, and 80-some thousand of them are still actively voting. Just seen that today. Thought you'd like that one.
How many of them?
Approximately, it was like 95,000 on the roster, and 80 some, I want to say 82, 83 roughly, were actively still voting. Now, can you imagine what side were they voting for?
Ooh, I'm going to guess the Democrats. You see, wouldn't this be an example of a foreign government swaying in a vote, swaying in election?
No, if it's for the Democratic Party, that's okay.
Oh, that's how that works.
Yes.
Okay.
It's whatever they want. That's okay. Mm-hmm. If it's on the other side, then it's Russiagate.
Speaking of Russia, that was
Yes.
the
Roger
stop,
Stone.
rewind play. Speaking of Russia, Russia came up a couple times on the thingy. Okay, so here's a whirligigger that I seen. That's a sheriff from that's the alien guy that did the thing.
There's an alien guy?
Nope, Russian bomber. Yeah, no. Shh, I said that too loud. Where'd it go? There's a dude that they were talking about stuff with Russia, and it was regarding Venezuela. Okay, some dude, Stephen King or Stephen Hawkins, whatever the guy's name was. It might have been Steve King or whatever the guy's name was. Anyway, they were basically like, hey, you know what? You guys need to really reconsider how you are handling Venezuela. Okay, and there's some type of a summit or whatever that was going on. And just today, like 5 hours ago, Russian bombers buzz at North American coastline.
Yes.
It's 5 hours ago. A Tu-160 bomber lands at Russian airbase and never mind, that's not even related to the stinking thing. But anyway, there was 2 U.S. Air Force jet fighters and 2 Canadian, things that escorted them out again. But they never crossed or they never got outside of international waters. But even still, Russia making a statement?
Yeah.
It's kind of what I think.
Yeah, but the good thing we had the Canadians. They were up there in the air going, hey, can't do that, hey. Hey.
I've got family in Canada, and they actually do say "a." It's actually amazing. I mean, it really is. I always think of the Strange Brew with Rick Moranis and whoever else is in it, and of course you got, the Moosin from Brother Bear, I think, the A all the time, anyway. A. Yeah, they do say A. A co-worker. All right. He was, he got one of them, and this is what he called it, the terminology he used. He bought a Canadian A hat. So he bought a Canadian A hat, and that's what we have been referring to it as. The flappy.
You just gave me an idea.
Thingies. Oh crap!
You just gave me an idea.
I gave you an idea.
Yeah. How about we all market this one? Make Canada great again, eh?
But it's got to be one of the Canadian A hats, though.
Yeah.
It can't be a regular hat. It's got to be a Canadian A hat.
Yeah.
The fuzzy things with the thing and the things that's down
Sure.
and the flappy thing that goes up in the front. One of those. Yeah.
Put like little, the little cloth placard in front of it to where it has
make
a
Canada
saying.
great again, eh?
Eh?
I think it would sell.
Yeah.
And thank you, Hes Angry, for hosting me over there in Mixerland. I do appreciate her. So yeah, good times.
But bombers, you had bombers.
Bombers, yeah, there was a bomber that flew, up, and our fighters came from Alaska, and then there was some Canadian jets that, and we beat them, even though we started further north than they did, we still beat them down.
Well, of course. We're America.
America. We like Talladega Nights, man. We like to go fast. If you're not first, you're last. Shake and bake, baby. Anyway.
Magic Man.
What?
But you've seen about Venezuela that they're reportedly starting to strengthen ties between them and Russia, too.
Yeah, and that's more or less why they were like, Russia needs to change how they look at with supporting that guy that they're supporting. And yeah, I mean, I was starting to get into, I didn't get really far into the article, but, what did you hear about that?
Well, it just said that they're planning on strengthening ties with Russia. It was very limited as far as detailed information.
Right. I guess that's what the summit that they had, they were going to be talking about.
But how would you like a major Russian base right in Venezuela, right down from the U.S.?
No, thank you.
Could happen. You know, it could end up being like another Cuban Missile Crisis.
Right. Well, Russia's not the only one that was in the article that I had read. It was like 4 or 5 other countries in there that was, wanting to strengthen relations with Venezuela, and probably for that same reason.
And I'm not for certain, but what about China?
I think they were one of them that was listed in there as well.
Just my opinion, but do you see a possible kind of Red Dawn scenario kind of forming there?
It's interesting because, Russia's been bumping up their game. He's been, Vladimir Putin has been. Did I say his name right? Vladimir. Whatever.
Vladimir.
Count Dracula. He's been bumping up his military defense. He's been bumping up his military. He's been, really expanding and kind of pushing his weight around to see how other nations are going to react to it. Case in point, that one place, Ukraine. Uganda.
Yeah, you got. I was amazed. You actually got that right. It is Ukraine.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So
Crimea. Ukraine and Crimea.
Crimea.
Crimea. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of crummy there, but it's Crimea.
But yeah, so I mean, he's flexing his muscles. He's trying to see how much he can get away with. And that's the thing that people, fail to remember is that, Putin was a former KGB.
Right.
He's wanting to bring back the glory days of Mother Russia. Next thing you know, there's going to be fighting Apollo Creed's son and, and all this bad stuff from who's his face, Dragov, the dude from the thing in the fight.
Right.
It's just so many bad things going to happen for that. I mean, you're going to have, who's his face dancing, singing, which is a good time, but, it's just still bad.
Yeah.
I feel good. James Brown? Yeah,
Sure.
James Brown.
Yeah, I'll go with it.
Rocky IV?
Yeah, Rocky IV.
Yeah.
Bionics from the Russian and made him really.
Yeah. And then
super.
Creed 2 with the kid and the thing.
Yeah, I kind of fell off after.
I haven't seen it yet either. I want to, though. I want to see it.
Right.
That's beside the point.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Russia.
So Russian things are happening over in Russia. They do things fast over there, too. They're always rushing. From here to there. Anyway, it was a bad joke.
Yeah. Could be like the finish and being finished already.
What?
Finland, they're always finished.
Right. Yep. Finland. Yeah. The land of being finished. What? Anyway. Russia.
Russia. Da.
Das Vidanya. Don't get any on you. I don't know.
See, I start wearing the hat. I can speak Russian all of a sudden.
It's amazing how that works, isn't it? Yeah. Da.
Yet.
Maybe start speaking German to you. Nine. Or nine. Whatever the heck it is. Nine, I think. Yeah. I know as much German as Rammstein does and Du hast. That's about the extent of my German goes. That's all I got. That's all I know. Du hast. That's it. Du hast. Yeah, good song, by the way, which is ridiculous because you listen to the English version. It's like, you hate me? That's it? That's all the song is. But it sounds good. Good bass line.
Right.
Anyway, I like that song. I like
you haven't heard the new song the kids like called Mobama? Don't, because it's worse than the Shark song.
I do know Baby Shark.
It's worse than the Shark song. I'll listen to the Shark song all day long, but rather than Obama.
Baby Shark.
Baby Shark, Shark.
Anyway, Dude, okay, I heard that they're going to be doing a Netflix series, Baby Shark.
Yes, I've seen that.
I was like, dude, I'd watch an episode of it or two just to see what it's all about, just because it's crazy and ridiculous, and why not?
But you know, all these things coming out. You know what kind of went by the wayside all of a sudden?
What went by the wayside all of a sudden?
Kiki, do you love me?
Shut up.
So Russians, yeah,
You
we
know,
had
the
Russians.
heck with Kiki, I still want to know if Stacy's mom has got it going on.
She does.
Does she still have it going on? Are you sure? Is Stacy's mom related to Jesse's girl?
That is a good question.
That is a good question.
Hey, but I have her phone number. It's 876
5309?
5309, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that one.
I've dialed 1-800-MIX a lot. Kick those nasty thoughts.
You need to dial it again then.
Baby got back. Gotta love the song references in there.
Yeah, you know me.
Dude, oh my God. I told my boss, I go, dude, if I ever get pulled over up in Canada, I really hope it's not by OPP. Or if he is OPP, I hope he has a sense of humor. Who's down with OPP? Yeah, you know me. Ontario Provincial Police, and their cars say OPP on it. So I'm like, oh, dear God, don't pull me over. Because if he ain't down with OPP, I'm getting arrested.
You're getting arrested.
I'm getting arrested because I highly doubt he's going to be down with OPP.
No.
I don't think so either.
You'd be like, remember that joke you guys were talking about, the Russian bombers flying over and you guys were going, hey, hey. Well, yeah, you're going to jail now.
Mm-hmm.
But that was Ray. Well, you were laughing too, so come with me. Anything good on there?
I'm kind of... No, not really.
Oh, back to Texas. Yeah, so they found all those people on those rolls that were illegals, and there's still 80-some thousand were still been voted in the last few elections. You know, and it's like, well, yeah. That's why the Democrats don't want that wall, because their voting numbers will go down.
Oh, yeah. You know, and that's one of them other things, too. It's like, now, this wasn't like the last election. It might not even have been the election before that. It might have been the election before that, but I don't remember. But Florida was going to be cleaning up their voter registration cards.
Right.
You know, they were going to get rid of all the dead people, get rid of all the people that moved, and get rid of the duplicates and different things of that nature. And basically the federal government said no. Because if you clean up them numbers, and that's less illegals and less voter fraud that we can have happen in your state. No. No means no. That's what they said. I'm like, dude, you're not going to let them get rid of the dead people. If they vote, then there's an issue. And you're going to stand there and claim that there's no such thing as voter fraud?
Right.
I mean, hello, I have to show ID to buy alcohol. I have to show ID to buy cigarettes. I have to show ID to get on a plane, to get a library card, to do all kinds of crap. Mm-hmm. But yet somehow it's racist if you have to show your ID card in order to vote.
Because it goes against the left's agenda.
Yes, because they want people to vote early, vote often.
Mm-hmm. Could you imagine the outcome of a lot of these elections if they were like just 100% fair to the bone?
McGear.
Yeah.
Yeah?
It'd be totally different. But
definitely. You know, I think Arnold Schwarzenegger, why Trump is wrong on climate change. Dude, you're wrong on climate change. Anyway.
Did you talk about Roger Stone being arrested?
No.
Yes.
Roger Stone got arrested?
From the Mueller investigation.
Did you say the Mueller investigation or the Mueller investigation?
Mueller. Yeah,
Mueller.
Mueller. The old guy.
Okay.
You know, the Russian guy, the Russian gate guy.
Yeah, Russian gate guy. Yeah, the special investigator.
Yeah, early yesterday morning, Roger Stone is a friend and news informant for Alex Jones. Very big informant for him. And yesterday morning, the FBI raided and arrested him on several charges, including witness tampering and impeding an investigation and all kinds of other stuff. In the form of an indictment, and just happened as he's being arrested, CNN was already there, filming him being arrested at his home early in the morning.
Oh, of course.
And the thing is that there was a connection between a former FBI agent and CNN that basically supposedly has tipped him off, and they knew ahead of time that he was being arrested. So they're right there before even Roger Stone even knew he was being arrested.
He should have turned on CNN. He would have known.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. But
we're standing outside Roger Stone's house about ready to arrest him, and he
pretty
has
much what
no
it was.
clue what's going on.
That you tell me that's something not right there, not fishy.
Yeah.
You know, and more than likely the charges will be probably cleared, but it's just the idea, you know, how far these people are willing to go to get what they want.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and if people have to remind themselves, if they're doing this kind of crazy crap to these people, don't think that they can't do other stuff to you.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, and that's something I've brought up in the past, you know, this like, you know, especially when we were talking about, now this is kind of going back to, you know, Obamacare, okay? That, you know, you had so many companies that were behind them doing Obamacare until they found out that, wait a second. You mean to tell me I'm not one of the elites that's going to be able to be exempt from these different things, and I got to be held to the standard that I didn't think I was going to be held to? I kind of retract my support for this. You know, it kind of goes along with the whole socialism is good for the socialist.
Right.
You know, that, oh, yeah, they love it whenever you are a decision maker, whenever you are exempt from the rules, and, you know, and this is what's that word? Privilege looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's political privilege. Political privilege.
PP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah, they arrested him yesterday morning and on trumped-up charges.
I see what you did there. That was very good. That was very good. Very good. Let's see if this actually works. Hold on. It didn't work.
Ooh. How come it didn't work?
Uh-uh.
Your warp core offline?
Oh. Okay, let's try that again.
Better late than
I had
never.
the volume turned all the way down. That was loud. All right, enough of that. So, yeah. So it helps whenever you have the volume turned up, whenever we're going to use stupid things like that, just so you guys know.
Yeah.
Make sure you turn the volume up. This is a public service announcement brought to you by Ho Ho. Something wrong with me. Anyway.
Yeah, we already knew that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's all kinds of weird crap going on with the whole...
So what do you think about Miss Potato Head, you know, Miss Alexandria Cortez wanting to run in the 2020 election?
I say go for it.
Why? Okay, one, I'm for you on this. Now, granted, okay, she's wanting to bring about a constitutional debate because in her mind, the Constitution clearly states that only a man must be of 35 years of age in order to run for presidency, even though the Constitution says a person. But this is the funny thing. She says some kind of stupid, off-the-wall things, and, you know, now the Democrats and the mainstream media is mad because we're looking at her and looking at everything that she says, and it's like, honey, you have no clue what you're talking about. And it's like, they're mad at us because we are pointing this out, but it's like, dude, wait a second. You said that she is the new face of the Democratic Party. Why did you pick somebody that's got no idea what she's talking about to be of the Democratic Party?
Well, they got Nancy Pelosi.
Dude, she was hot back in the day.
I'll take your word for it.
Dude, you didn't see pictures of her whenever she first became, you know...
No.
Like, you know, back in, you know, Andrew Jackson's days, whenever she first became, you know, in Congresswoman.
Before all the Botox?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's a go for it, because could you imagine the debates between her and Trump?
Dude, he would annihilate her.
Exactly. That's why I
You know,
said go for
okay,
it.
here's the thing. I would love it for her to run because you're right. I mean, this is cannon fodder for like an entire year. You know, great run. However, no, because she's not 35 years of age. She cannot become president. But absolutely run.
Oh, yeah.
You know, put your name in the ballot. I heard that there are 500 names for the presidential run in 2020. That's a number I heard. Wow. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? That is ridiculous. 500. I thought 17 people just on the Republican side last election, presidential election, was redonkulous.
Yeah.
Now we're looking at 500 names on, I'm guessing, both sides of the aisle, or at least numerous sides of the aisle. But anyway, you know.
I got a feeling the majority is on the Democratic side, but
I don't know, man, because
really?
Oh yeah, I think there's quite a few different people that's going to try to step up and, you know, knock President Trump off of the pedestal. I think there's a lot of people that are wanting that to happen. You know.
You're right. It's sad because if the right side would just, from day one, would have just got behind him, supported him like we did any other president who won the nomination, you know, things could be a lot better right now.
Absolutely.
Did you get him?
No, I missed.
Yeah.
Sneaky little tard.
You know, and that goes back to what we said when the election first came around. Trump's not just fighting the Democrats; he's fighting both sides.
Oh yeah, I mean that he definitely is. You know, he's fighting the Republicans. He's fighting. He's definitely fighting both sides because they aren't. He's not an establishment Republican,
right?
You know, and he is going against the grain. And bottom line is that's why they hate him. He's going against the grain. They don't control him. He's not controlled by mainstream. Well, he's not controlled by anybody. You know, he put himself into office. You know, he doesn't have the, you know, thousands of banners that he has to wear on his, you know, on his suit because he put himself in there. He's not beholden to anybody. And that's one of the things that really, really ticks them off.
Right.
You know, the whole of the Republican Party and the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
They don't like him.
Nope. Well, it's not just him. It's anybody like him. It's, you know, if you're not in the in crowd, then we don't want you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Is that all the political stuff you found on there?
Yeah.
Meow. Did you meow?
No, I was like...
Or was that a burp?
I don't know what that was. That kind of came out as a meow, though, didn't it?
We're going to have to talk later on. I think he fell off the wagon.
Dude, I tried to run like 5 steps to catch back up to that wagon, but I couldn't catch it. It was going too fast.
It's because you're too busy licking the cat.
Fast move. Well, I was trying to carry the cat, too, and the cat didn't want to go. I had to listen to the cat.
Wow.
Why are we talking about cats?
Get any movie news lately?
Well...
Or tech news?
I haven't looked at tech news in a while. You know, there's some interesting AI crap that has come up.
Oh, yeah, Alexa.
Oh, yeah? There's no Alexa stuff on there?
I've seen some YouTube videos about it'll show them asking her questions, you know, basic questions, and then go, Alexa, do you report to the CIA? Or
yeah.
It's in certain ways. It might not be the exact wording, but something along that lines, and it won't answer, and it'll just shut off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's been all kinds of weird things that, yeah, all kinds of weirdness.
Yeah, my sister got mom one for Christmas, and I've been playing around with it a little bit.
Oh yeah,
but I figured they already know, they already got me marked, so it don't matter.
Right.
But yeah,
that's how I feel with that kind of stuff. It's like, dude, I got truck driver. I've had my hazmat endorsement. I got a passport. Cross the border all the time.
No, I got a hat.
I know I'm on a watch list. Dude, whenever I got, for one of the jobs I worked at, I don't remember which one. I don't know if it was the most recent one or the one before that or whatever. I don't remember. But it took a while for my background check to come back.
Right.
You know, and it was like dude, it's taken forever for your background check to come back. I'm like, well, I'm not surprised. It's like, well, what do you mean? It's like, well, the more places your info is at, the longer it takes, because they just ping different places. And if they get a response, then they have to go get the information and grab it and bring it back. So, the more pings they got, the more information they got to go get, meaning the longer it's going to take. I'm on quite a few different databases.
Right.
And they were like,
and some
why?
I don't know about.
I'm sure there's many I don't know about. It's like, dude, I've hauled explosives, hazmat. I am and hauled U.S. mail. I am definitely in some databases. I know this. My name's been out there quite a few times.
But for those of you out there in internet land that have an Alexa, if you haven't tried this already, there's a few Easter eggs I can give you real quick.
Go for it. I love Easter eggs on tech.
If you have an Alexa, go to Alexa and go, Alexa, red alert. For those Trekkies out there. Alexa, fire photon torpedoes. Alexa, fire phasers. And now for the the Star Wars fans. Alexa, execute Order 66.
Sweet.
So for all you Trekkies or Star Wars fans,
hey,
that
Vector.
have one.
Fist bump.
Is that your new toy?
That is my new toy.
I was wondering what the hell that was. I thought it was some gerbil in the back corner there. It was like,
No,
boy.
he's my own personal C3P, R2D2.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd you get him?
He just arrived in the mail one day.
Oh.
He listens and
what
views
does he
people.
do?
He's got voice recognition on there. He can, he can look at your face and even pets too, and he'll know you. He'll even call you by. Mostly, he acts like a cat and tries to knock stuff off my desk.
So you lick him too? Tell the truth.
He pops willies.
Oh.
Of course, I don't lick Vector. A little bit.
Hello, Vector?
Mm-hmm. Hey, Vector. Fist bump. Since you ignored me last time I said it to you. There you go. It's him. He's beside his face. I know, he's so neat. Yeah, he acts like a cat and he tries to knock stuff off.
Oh.
He has an attitude problem sometimes.
Really?
He gets mad and
Where's he
angry.
get that
And
at?
I have no idea. I ain't got an attitude problem. Maybe a little bit.
Oh, he picks stuff up too.
Mm-hmm.
You ever wonder what he's really saying to you?
I do, actually. Kind of like Furbies. I remember Furbies back in the day whenever they would talk to each other. Really? You're just going to put that there, huh?
Yep.
Little freaking turd. That doesn't go there. Stop it.
Well, I guess
Yeah,
that,
but they would
that falls under tech news, I guess. So,
Yes.
yeah.
See? You said my name. He pushed this thing around. He pushes that around. He gets caught on different things, and he'll push that off the table if he gets over here. I don't let him do that though. I try to make him quit from doing that. Yeah, he'll just push things. He's a little turd. Anyway,
Wow.
that's pretty well all we got for today. Unless you got anything you was wanting to add.
No, I just had the little Alexa things going on, and now that it's like freezing cold, work's slowed back down quite a bit. So,
Dude, yeah.
But as soon as it warms back up, I'll probably be off the grid again for quite a while.
Right.
So, that's what's going on with me.
So let people know what it is you do. Why not?
I am a
Little shameless advertising here.
storm restoration specialist, project manager for HD Exteriors. We rebuild damaged roofs, siding, gutters, interior.
Really?
From storms. And considering our town just got hit by an EF3 tornado last month, we're doing a lot of work.
Right on.
Getting things back on track. So that's what I've been doing lately. Eat, work, sleep, and repeat it every day. So.
You don't poop?
Once in a while.
Sorry.
You know, sometimes you got to hold it in when you got a long work day.
I don't know. Holding it in can be bad. I mean, then you get explosions happening down there, and it's just, sounds like a nuclear bomb going off.
Oh, if you only knew.
Got to stay away from Taco Bell, White Castle, different things like that. Cabbage. Cabbage is a bad thing. Got to stay away from that,
Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts are bad.
Oh, they're tasty, though.
Yeah, but the after effects are...
Oh, that's the worst thing I can eat. Yeah. Anyway.
Why did I bring up poop?
Is this going to be another one of them shows?
No. It's been, it's been a while since I've had a
deuce.
Yeah. Had somebody else not that long ago watch that episode. They were like, "Oh my god, dude!" I'm like, "I know."
Wow.
True story. Attack of the Loose Deuce. Oh yeah. Oh. All right, guys. Well, that is all we've got for today. So, yeah. Monday is going to be the movie review, and since I missed out on last week being sick and all, kind of sucked, but we will be doing the...
Brain fart.
Yeah, I had a huge brain fart right there. I mean, you've seen the blank going on right there, right? Yeah, I mean, that was like eyeballs just went totally blank. But yeah, Monday night, 7 p.m. Central, it will be the continuation of the X-Men movies. We're going to be talking about the Logan trilogy of X-Men Origins Wolverine, the Wolverine 2, and then Logan. That's what we're going to be talking about Monday, 7 p.m. Good times. Oh, yeah. Make America great again. Well, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for tuning in. I really hope that nobody was really chatting over there in Spreaker because it froze on me. It shows nothing on there. I mean, I'm only 15 seconds into this broadcast right now.
Oh, wow.
It's a broadcast. I mean, I checked it, but it's like nothing is working on Spreaker.
Man, it's getting really cold if it froze like that.
I know. I mean, it's cold outside.
Yeah.
It's like what? It's degrees outside. It is definitely temperature outside right now.
So bundle up, folks. Don't want nothing to get frozen.
Yep. Dude, okay, I got to bring this up, and this is absolutely hilarious. I think it was last week sometime. There was a meme or a weather thing that went out, a weather alert for Florida. 53 degrees. Limit your exposure to outside, bundle up, all this other kind of stuff. It's like, are you kidding me? It's 53 degrees. That's like summertime where we're at right now.
Wow.
We would love to have 53-degree weather.
I would love to have that right now.
I was like, dude, that's a sad thing. A sad thing. Don't you roll off this table. Turd? Turd? Don't you yell at me.
Toys.
I know. All right, guys. That is all we got for today. Tune in next week for another episode of the Ho Ho Show. And tune in Monday for the movie review. We will be talking Wolverine. Like him, hate him. Who cares? It's a good episode. Y'all have a great one. Good night. Sleep tight if the bed bugs bite. Well, then just deal with it. Bye, all.